Holy cow, it's hazy today. Yesterday it was mostly blue skies, now today, boom, just like that. Is this because of the wildfire? On a kind of random note, I bought my parents some watermelon recently just because it's so hot and so forth, so I might as well. And they basically bought me some, I guess, apples in return. And at first they were saying, oh, it's from China. My first thought actually was, apples from China, wouldn't people prefer them from places like here in BC and so forth? And when I looked at the apples, like, whoa, it looks kind of rotten, so to speak. I guess you can't really tell immediately. But when you open it, man, look at the inside of this. And what did I read today? I guess this was kind of funny. A lot of people are expecting things like autonomous cars to basically take over eventually, or even things like, what, autonomous delivery drones? But is the tech there for it to determine exactly where to go, how to detect objects? Because it's one thing to do it in ideal, perfect situations in terms of the weather, and it's another if it's like snowing, for example, where it covers all the lines in the road. Well, this one's kind of funny. Apparently this guy was driving, and I guess with his Tesla, there was a full moon in the sky, and it kept thinking it was a traffic light. Like this one here says, hey, you might want to have your team look into the moon, tricking the autopilot system. The car thinks the moon is a yellow traffic light and wanted to keep slowing down. I don't think you can anticipate for stuff like that. That's why you need to actually have actual testing and stuff, I guess, like thoroughly, before you determine, okay, this thing's perfect, which of course I would imagine is why it's not adopted in the mainstream yet, so to speak. That actually makes me wonder if a car starts trailing another vehicle that's in front of them and it has, let's just say, some kind of TV because it's advertising. What if that TV has things like road videos and there's traffic lights? Would that actually confuse the heck again out of that autopilot system? So many factors you have to consider. And this was kind of a cool read with all those stories of people trying to essentially fearmonger a toy drone, trying to restrict everyone from where they can fly. What if people actually fight back? Well, this one's kind of interesting. It says, Genesee County changes park rules to allow drone flying. More than a year after a judge ordered the county to end its bans on the possession or use of drones in county parks, the board commissioners has changed its rules to allow the activity. Commissioners voted unanimously to make the policy shift at its meeting Wednesday, August 11th, but Parks and Recreation Commission Director Barry June said the action merely formalized a working policy that has allowed for the flying of drones since Genesee Circuit Court Judge Joseph Farah granted an injunction in February 2020 forbidding enforcement of the old policy, saying, quote, "It's cleaning up the park rules. We haven't had any issues with drones." I still remember this story too. It said Farah granted the injunction after agreeing with the Michigan Coalition of Drone Operators, which argued that state laws makes local ordinances regarding drones illegal. Drone flying is regulated by state and federal laws. The MCDO filed this lawsuit against the county in 2019 after police for the county park system arrested, handcuffed, and detained drone operator Jason Harrison for flying a drone at Crossroads Village and Huckleberry Railroad, a county park. I mean, how ludicrous is that? Someone flying a toy drone, so to speak, or whatever, you get arrested for it, you get handcuffed, and just look at their response to it, like those park people. It just seems so ridiculous. It says Harrison's drone, remote controller, and other items were confiscated and he was issued a misdemeanor ticket, according to the complaint. The ticket was never prosecuted, but the county later modified park regulations to explicitly ban unmanned aircraft. But of course, with this ruling, they're really happy, and it says the MCDO called Farah's ruling a victory that will likely have nationwide impact in states that have local restrictions on the operation of drones. Good for them for fighting back. It's just crazy how abusive, so to speak, people could be, where in these cases I would say there was no real safety issue. It's not really bothering anyone per se. It's just that people hate it so much because of perception and hysteria. So it's good, in my opinion, that people actually did stuff like this. I think where the problem too is actually, ironically, there's some drone flyers, they always act like they're holier than thou, if that's the way to say it. Where when it comes to stories like these, they would be the ones egging, let's just say, I don't know, whoever runs the parks and stuff like that, saying, yeah, ban it more because I'm the cool professional. Like those people that say that, I think those people are just as ridiculous. I think it's really easy to spot usually those types of people where they don't really care about the rights of everyone, just themselves. They want to be the only one to do something. Where even like with things like the drones and stuff like that, even if someone's doing it, let's just say legally, they will be the ones that are egging people on all the time, saying, oh no, that's 100% dangerous, and they're, I guess, again, like some kind of like angel or something like that. When in reality, those are usually the most dangerous people in my opinion. The people that always jump on others that are doing absolutely nothing wrong. That's just another example too, like here, the county park passing a law that's technically illegal. Imagine how many people actually fight that versus how many people just say, okay, that's the way it is, so to speak. Right, see you guys later.